What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Red Hood the Collector. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I had to do this video. I promised people I would do this to come out of retirement because there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of bullshit that's going on in this Funko community. It's why I left. It's why I left YouTube in the first place, was the drama going on with that shit and the stress. It was affecting my entire, being, everything you want to talk about it, friendships, whatever. Yeah. Biggest thing we're gonna talk about two things. We're gonna talk about fucking hypocrisy going on in the Funko community and the bullshit going on. First thing, I know you all saw that post yesterday about Kraken's collection. Kraken's collection's been a, fairly popular, small Funko retailer that grew way too big, way too fast because certain Funko influencers plugged them and they got paid for it. They got paid for it and they know they did. And I'm about to call a whole fuck ton of them out in this video because I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm sick of them acting like little fucking cowards and little cunts. So I'm going to do this video since I don't do YouTube anymore. I'm just coming out of retirement for this shit. I'm going to call them out. Alright, so a couple of years ago, Kraken started. And Fire Force bundle. The first time we got Fire Force Pops came out. I just, I followed this one influencer. And I'm going to call him out by name. I don't give a fuck. Skittles Rampage. I followed him. And Dude Meeps. I followed him. Everybody, both of them, and Diss Trackers, Pop Holmes, Funko Pop News, tons of people fucking plugged the shit out of Krakens and said, oh, it's the best deals, free shipping, so on and so forth. And so I said, yeah, fuck it. I'll pre-order it then. These people I watch, I trust, because they're always like, we have your best interests at heart. So I ordered it. It took fucking a year and a half. And every time I messaged them, after the Pops were long out, and Funko Shop had them, GameStop had them, Hot Topic had them, Box Lunch had them, they all had these Pops. And everybody but them didn't have the Pops. So I messaged them. Nothing but excuses. Every single fucking time. Every single fucking time it'd be like, oh, this one Pop's not available, da-da-da-da-da. They wouldn't even offer to send me my whole bundle, everything I asked for that. Because there was only, at the time, I ended up finding the Pops cheaper at GameStop with, the BOGO sales and stuff. So I ended up getting them. And, they're like, oh, if you want to cancel it, you get not that much of your money back. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to fucking cancel it. And then they were starting to get called out a lot. And Skittles Rampage did nothing but fucking defend them. Every goddamn time, he would fucking defend them. Somebody would call him out, Skittles would fucking defend him. And he kept getting DMs from us asking, because he was the biggest person supporting him. He was the face of that fucking business. And he would defend him. He's like, okay, I'll try to find out for your order. Give me your information and shit like that. He fucking did it. And he knows he did. He knows he did. That's why he's been fucking deleting all his goddamn videos with Kraken. Really shady, by the way. And then we had the big whole Jiraiya fiasco where, that Pop was $450 goddamn dollars for a Pop without a fucking quote. It had no goddamn quote. It was just a signature. Then a few, I think, if you want to call them chases, had a quote. But a majority of that fucking encapsulated garbage had no fucking quote. And he said, and so did Kraken, that it was going to be for charity. That David Lodge just barely does signings. He's not going to do a signing again. And then several months later, the motherfucker's at every goddamn con. So you fucking lied with that shit and convinced people using your influencing powers, convinced people to do that shit. And then you got called out multiple times by people getting pissed off because you were the face of Kraken. As much as you want to hide like a little bitch right now, you were the face of Kraken. You know, you need to at least own up. Be a man. Be a fucking man and own up to your mistake. And I bet a lot of people that support you will believe you. But I know you're not a man. You fucking literally posted that comment in there instead of defending, instead of apologizing, which you should do, because as an influencer, you influence these sales, especially you. You were the biggest fucking person that influenced it. There's all these other people that are guilty of it, but the biggest person that's guilty of it is you, fucking Skittles. You should come out and apologize for it, like Dude Meeps did today. Dude Meeps is the GOAT. He knew that they were doing it. They had issues. Even long before, the complete downfall and when you left and all that shit happened. Because I know Dude Meeps. I know Logan. I'm a close friend of his. I used to be in a Discord server with him. I used to be one of his mods. I know Logan. He's a solid dude. And he did everything he could. He tried to get them to push out orders. He held them accountable. You did not hold them accountable. All you did was do damage control videos, and you know it. And then when you got called out because the charity shit with that Jiraiya stuff and nonstop shit was going on, and like you were fucking packaging orders at their warehouse, you got paid to go down there by them. You got paid to go down there, and we all know it. And you magically deleted that videos and stuff. Like, bro, you're making yourself look bad. Just apologize to people. Be a man and be accountable. Because you, as an influencer who has like well over 40,000, subscribers, and people meet ride you daily, you should fucking come out and apologize. It's not that big deal. And I guarantee you people would accept it. I would accept it. But the fact that you're running around like a little fucking coward and then you're saying, it's not my fault, I left before it went back. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Kraken was always shit, and you know it. Because, I'll give you another one. I was already waiting for my fucking Fire Force bundle when the Hollow Ichigo chase. The visor, not the visored mask Ichigo. I was waiting for it for 9 fucking months. You plugged them. You said, and people were also still waiting for them. That was on you. You constantly plugged them. Even after all the stuff, they were missing pops and stuff. Don't lie. Don't lie. That makes you look like an even bigger piece of shit. And it's not just you that did this shit. I will give you the benefit of the doubt. You are the biggest one that did this shit, but it's not just you. So, you need to fucking apologize or you're a cunt. And I won't respect you anymore. Alright, now that we're done with that whole Kraken's fiasco. And like, if he does say shit, ask him about what the fuck happened to the money from charity and all that shit. Yeah. But that's a story for another time. If this goes viral and shit, I might make another part 2 of shit. But anyway, now the next thing we're going to talk about, biggest elephant in the room, is flippers and the flipping. Which is one of the reasons why I gave up on Funko. Because Funko in itself is struggling. Nobody wants to admit it because they all love it. I have many friends that are massive Funko Pop collectors and love them. Like Glamma Funko's like a mom to me. She loves it. But y'all are in absolute complete fucking denial if you don't think that Funko is struggling. They are struggling big time. Ever since COVID, they've been struggling big time. And with these small companies, it's not completely their fault. They're taking way too many fucking orders and they're not able to fulfill them. And they won't have the balls to actually own up to it. That's what happened with Kraken. That's what happened with Big Apple. Big Apple used to be fucking good. I actually did a couple of reviews for them back in my YouTube days and shit like that. And when they switched management and shit, I did some more for them. Because they never did me wrong, but they still did a lot of people dirty. And, I'm still holding them accountable for that shit. But then there's like Tough Collectibles. Tough Collectibles just dipped today, and they did me no wrong. They were nice to me. They're local, so I supported them. But they have tons of orders that they couldn't fulfill. They didn't come out and say anything. They just dipped today. We don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But I will tell you, there are some good stores, and they're getting blasted. Pop City are nothing but nice people. It's a nice family-run business, and every time I've had issues with my orders, but they fulfilled it like right away. They, when I asked them about it in their posts and stuff, I asked a question about them. They were like this in my DMs. They even follow me. They're nice as hell. If you have an issue with them, contact them. They will answer. They are a good company. V-Rare, same issue. V-Rare does not let, they don't have influencers. That's the biggest thing. They love reviews and stuff, but they don't pay for it. Anyway, now we're gonna go back to the flippers and stuff. We see all these videos from Dr. Applesauce and all these people calling out flipping and shit. Flipping's been let's go, let's cut to the chase. Flipping's been around since the dawn of time. It's not going anywhere. It's going to keep continuing to happen. As long as we keep hyping shit up to the fucking maximum, to the fucking roof. As long as we keep, hyping stuff up. For example, One Piece. Nobody gave a shit about those pops. Nobody gave a fuck about One Piece. Then all of a sudden, Brooke goes, and they see the value in One Piece. They see the fact that we're all talking about One Piece. It's trending. It's got a live action coming out. So flippers see that. You forget, flippers follow these big accounts. And these big accounts influencers are guilty of it. They hype that shit up. And half of them don't know what the hell they're talking about. They hype the shit up to where... And they even mention, it's going to be popular. And I will also tell you, some of the influencers flip too. So they're hypocrites. So you're going to talk shit about people flipping to make a buck. You can't blame them. People are fucking struggling right now. COVID and all that stuff. Do I hate flippers? Yes. Do I understand the need for it? Yes, because you got to think about it. For example, you have a card right here. This is fucking, worthless right now. But if somebody goes to the store and buys every single, box of that shit, it's going to add value to this card. So flippers are also beneficial to the same community, But then again, Funko as a whole is pandering to flippers because of all that stuff going on at Funko Hollywood. Which I don't really give a shit about, I don't fucking care. I end up getting the pops. I don't have an issue with it. If I don't get it, I'll get it when I get the money for it. I don't care. I don't want to cry about missing a piece of plastic. It's not worth, it's not worth my health. It's not worth my stress and all that stuff. It's not worth it. And, all these big accounts keep bitching about flipping and they do the same thing. It's hypocrisy, man. It's completely, it makes you a fucking hypocrite. And y'all need to stop. It's ridiculous. Like, there's people like Funko Slayer. He's a cool dude. Do I not respect him for flipping? I respect the hustle. I respect the hell out of hustle, I'll admit. But, it sucks that, he's able to get all of these pops and some people can't get it. But, and again, at the end of the day, he stood in line for it. I can't, as long as he's paying all this money for the shit, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, why does it affect people so much that they have to cry about everything? Like, that's the issue with Funko Pops. They cry and they cry and cry. You don't realize it's not the flipper, not just the flippers, it's Funko itself. See, the biggest issue that happened with these small retailers is they were taking too many fucking pre-orders, and Funko was letting them, they were showing them the concept arts and stuff for Pops and letting them take pre-orders. Like, for example, the Roanoa Zorro. The Wano Zorro was up in the wave last year. It got pulled because if you look down in little teeny tiny letters, product pending licensor approval. Because you see, Funko gets approval from licensors. They don't own the license to this. They don't own the master toy license. They have to get permission from whoever, soever. Like this, for example. This is Hasbro. This is a box from one of the Lightning collection. They completely own the rights to Power Rangers. So they can crap these out as fast as they want. Funko, it takes them like a year to like, you know, months to actually produce something because they have to get the line approved. So people blaming Funko for like, you know, that's not their fault. However, they shouldn't let these pre-orders go up. They should, what happened to the days, because I remember this when I was first collecting Funko. They put the stuff out when they had it ready and available to ship. And let the stores do that stuff. After Funko got really, really big, which was like, what, in 2018, I want to say, it got really, really fucking big. And then they started doing these pre-orders nonstop. And, you know, COVID happened. After they got really big, COVID happened. Put a damper on it. COVID killed so many small businesses. And Funko was affected by that, by COVID and the port issues and all that garbage that was happening. And Funko should have pulled the plug on pre-orders, but they didn't, because all they care about is fucking money. They don't give a shit about us as a community. Because us as a community, we've asked for characters to be made as Funko Pops. No, they make the same fucking goddamn pop multiple fucking times in a different variant. Or they'll release it at the same fucking time. Like, for example, we had the First Form Cell Pop. Had a regular common version, and then you had the Walmart glow-in-the-dark version. Of course, everybody's going to go after the Walmart glow-in-the-dark version because it's fucking cool. Then the common, unless you're a completionist, the common's going to sit on the shelf and rot. Nobody's going to buy that shit. So then you're taking a loss with that stuff. And then you wonder why you lost 200 million, millions of fucking dollars yesterday last year, and have tons of fucking pops in a landfill out there. Ooh, you're struggling. You're struggling. Own up to your bullshit, Funko. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I just wanted to do a rant, call people out, and give my 2 cents. If you don't like this, I don't give a fuck.